Good morning. So, Psalm 82:1. God presides in the great assembly. He renders judgment among the gods. So, people don't always see your whole story. They don't always know your heart or your value or your struggle that you're going through. But God sees everything about you. And He knows your intentions. He knows your pain. He knows your struggle. He knows your burdens. And He sees like your silent battles that you're going through. And people always will have an opinion. So sometimes people will judge even if you're going into situations with a good heart and good intentions. And I have two examples of interviews that I had gone to, and the first one I was explaining different softwares that I was familiar with. And I was talking to this person, and I I said, well, I know this software and I know this software, and I bet you I bet you don't know this software. But she didn't let me finish. She cut me off and she got very angry because she said, "Well, why don't you think I know this software? I bet you I do." And I said, "I'm so sorry. I meant because it's a unique software that's not really well known." And then I ended up forgetting the name of it. So so then it had ruined the interview because then she didn't like me. So then it was an awkward situation. I was also trying to be informative, but she got mad because she felt that I was being mean. She felt that I was being rude to her. So it got bad. The second interview, they asked me a question about a customer service experience that I had I had solved. I bet you guys have gone through this one where they say, "What's a customer service experience that you've solved using your skills?" And I told them this was probably dumb of me. Sometimes I say really stupid things, and then I realize later that I shouldn't have said that. But I told them that my manager at the time had told me to be quiet, and he's put his finger in my face. And so they asked me how I had handled that situation. And I told them that I told him never to do that again. And I told him sternly never to do that again. And they just looked at me and they thought I was crazy. I thought that at the time it made me look like I was standing up for myself in the situation. But I was also young and I was trying to still feel my way through things. Oh, well, we're going to go ahead and end this interview right now. Oh, not good. I have had some very interesting interviews. Most of them are good, though. I just had a couple weird ones. But here's the thing, everyone's different. So, no matter what, someone is always going to be judging you. That's the main. That's why I'm using interviews to use this as an example. Some people may judge you by the failures in your life, but God sees the battles that you survived throughout your life. Some may hold on to the things that God has erased already, and they hold on to it as evidence of your past, and they hold on to it as evidence like ammunition. And I felt this before. They hold on to it as ammunition to recall your failures as proof. But God says, as far as the east is from the west, so far have I removed your transgressions. God doesn't rehearse your past. and remind you of your shame. People may say that you're not qualified. They may say things like, you're not worthy, or you're not capable of doing something. I know that I've heard that plenty of times. But God says that you're called specifically. And his plans outweigh other people's opinions. And God stands not with the crowd, not with accusers, but he stands with you. I hope you have a blessed day.